My companies have been involved in barter for many, many years. Originally we did direct business-to-business barter, but in the 1990s I learned about barter groups that would enable us to trade with more and more companies. And I've been a member of several of those groups, and Tradebank is by far the best that I've joined.
Bambino's has been involved with barter forever. In the beginning, it was unofficial and just on, working with local businesses and just, people that like to do trade. So we've always loved to barter. We had a little hair salon here in the shopping center at one point, and Kevin would trade for his haircuts. Bring in a pizza and they'd cut his hair, and then we joined a Denver company. We just didn't get much action until Tradebank and until Tiffany and John took over Tradebank. And now we've got such a Colorado Springs community involved in Tradebank. It's just been great.
I've been in another unnamed trade brokerage since 1990. And their problem with theirs is they have nothing local that I can spend my monies on. And so I have a lot of trade dollars with them that are just sitting there, and I'm unable to basically spend them because there's nobody local to use them on. I like Tradebank because it's local. I can spend my money and see a return on my investment.
I like being part of the Tradebank community instead of just bartering business to business. For example, we used to barter with a car wash down the street, but I could only use the money that they would spend here washing our car, and how clean could our car be? So, at a certain point I had to say, oh, I can't accept trade anymore from you guys. Let me spend some with your business before. And so it was a little out of whack. So it's really nice to have all of those options. It's a great concept.
I'm very familiar with several trade organizations and barter organizations, and Tradebank is very, very unique. We have a relatively small community of about 500,000 people in the El Paso County metropolitan area, and there's over 100 different Tradebank members, ranging from restaurant owners, hotel owners, contractors, dentists. The list goes on and on and on for endless number of businesses, to include my own.
Been involved in Tradebank for about a year, and we have found that it is very service-oriented, and we really like the online interface and the way that we can make purchases online and track our account online and really find available resources to buy for our company on the Tradebank website.
They're growing every day with new vendors that we can spend our trade dollars on, and that's a very good plus.
Being a restaurant, a lot of people use me for their barter dollars, and so sometimes I have a little bit more in trade than I need, and so it gives me an opportunity to go out and shop a little bit more. And we got an employee eyeglasses. We had a painter in here that helped us do some painting, and we've used it in so many different ways. So we definitely get on there and shop and go, what's next?
Whether you need work done on your automobile, whether you need a car wash, whether you need a windshield replaced, whether you have the occasional family member that comes in and stays in a hotel, whether you need to go to one of a dozen local restaurants, whether you need to go to a dentist, these are all things that you're going to pay for no matter what. And Tradebank is very, very aggressive at being active in the local community, with here over 100 local trading members.
Why I can use Tradebank and make it work for me is I still have to pay the labor cost for my workers to do someone's bookkeeping or sales taxes or payroll or even their income taxes. But we still come back with the fact that I can take even my labor cost, which is low, and trade it for a commodity that I might need printing, or I might need a mailing service, or I might need web design or advertising assistance.
Tradebank has been a good experience for me. We've been with them about 1.5 years, and it has brought us a lot of new clients that were short of funds, and it was an ability for them to pay.
With my radio show, I have 10 to 20% of my airtime that is very difficult to sell. So instead of letting that airtime go void, I just capitalize on the trade dollars, benefit those business owners around me, and then am able to maximize my marketing dollar without any more expenditure.
I'm a firm believer in barter because it gets me new customers and it gives people an opportunity to come into Bambino's and more word of mouth. They bring in a friend that might not even be part of Tradebank, and before I know it, this person's here paying full price.
John and Tiffany Lynch are not salesmen out trying to recruit you into Tradebank. Their character is in the fact that they're business owners. They take ownership in what they do. Here specifically in Tradebank, in the franchise here in Colorado Springs, and therefore they're business men and women first, and they chose the Tradebank franchise to be their successful business. So I'd encourage you to sit down with them. I've known John and Tiffany for well over 18 months, one of the most sincere and straightforward couples that I've ever worked with in business. They only have your best interest at heart. And I'd encourage you to sit down with them and become part of the Tradebank family here in Colorado Springs. Feel free to call me or any of the other members at any time. I'm sure everybody is enthusiastic as I am.
Now when I get propositions from other barter companies, I just straight up say, nope, I found what works. I'm done. I'm done searching. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I would say that Tradebank is by far the best barter experience that I've had with any type of barter. And I really like the service. I really like the personalized service that we get with Tradebank.